So friends, I just want to come in here and say Happy New Year. And some of you might know this as Shashubi! But anyway, I think last month I asked the supervillain, what do they want to see in 2023 in regards to The Sims 4? So this is going to be a good, nice one. So let's just chill, go grab some popcorn, grab yourself a nice little beverage. Let's get right to it. So what does the Sims community, at least my community, want in The Sims 4 coming to 2023? So Aaron the Rescue Simmer said, I want pack refreshes specifically to improve cross-pack capability. I want the build by catalog cleaned up, which means searching by the number of tiles the object takes up would be amazing. And each kit to have its own BB cast filter, and I want all sizes. Pets to be able to sleep on the bed with our Sims at the head and foot of the beds. Now I'm gonna be honest with you, that's a damn good suggestion. I've also I've been wanting the whole filter system, at least for the kits. Now bringing that into build by mode would be awesome as well, and it would be kind of cool to at least them tell you how many tiles a specific item could take up, so that way you can just have a general idea before you actually place it on your lot. And I like that idea of having pets to be able to like sit on the beds and stuff, 'cause I know you can do that on the couches. And I was playing recently too, where there's an interaction now where you can click on a pet and ask it to come sit down on the couch with you. That must be new, because I remember the only thing that you can do is click on a pet and then you can say pamper on couch. But now you can click on it on a pet and it'll actually say come sit down on the couch, which I think is super cool. I don't know, that's the first time I've seen it, which has been recently, in the last couple of days. I like those ideas as well. All right, now we got a lot of comments about refreshes, but I think this one nailed the spot on refreshes. Big shout out to Candid Coded Sims. I like to see them actually follow through with the pack refreshes they promised a few years ago. I like these refreshes to incorporate cross-pack capability as well. I also want to see an update to cast, meaning better makeup, because it still doesn't really look good or show up on darker skin tones, eyelashes, and more skin details like freckles, moles, and all that good stuff. The ability to choose the colors for hair accessories and more traits for toddlers and better aspirations for children. I think that is great. I think we've been having a lot of issues with makeup and different types of like we've just been having a lot of issues with cast when it comes to darker skin tones. I'll say this, the makeup is a little better than it was, but it could be a lot better still to this day, because I know they did a couple updates, but I think they can still do a lot better, especially when we know what these custom content creators can do when it comes to like creating skin tones, creating different types of cast items like lips, eyelashes, and stuff. So we know the developers are capable. And by the way, I just want to give a big shout out to my community by saying I definitely love that you guys were very respectful for each other's like comments, because again, keep this in mind, these are just like our own opinions, and I just love the fact that the super villains are just all allies to each other. You know, we all want the same things. Maybe we don't want the same things, but we can all just like have an opinion and keep moving without being negative towards each other. And if we can keep that in the comments in this video, that'll be helpful, because this video might cater to people outside of the supervillain community. But if you're not a supervillain already, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, because we love having as many supervillains as we could possibly get in this community. Because as we grow, that only means that I can continue to just push out some amazing content for the supervillains. We got room. We got room from initiating more supervillains. Let's get back to it. MobilePre said, I want to see bug fixes, bugs being fixed, and fixed bugs. Also, I love to have more masculine cast items, more stuff for elders, like an elder stuff pack, and more clutter, but not cheap, have some, and S-up, bullish kit. I mean like a whole clutter stuff pack with mirrors and papers and stack of books, small statues and plushies and bins and carpets, etc. I am very passionate about this. Passionate as you should be. We did get the clutter kit. Clutter kit's cute, and I get what you're saying, like having like just more Like a stuff pack would have been, like I think a stuff pack would have been cool because now you can just get just random stuff. Like just you see my office, just like random stuff like hard drives, even more guitars or guitar stands that doesn't have a guitar on it, just random controllers, remote controls, utensils, chopsticks, dirty napkins, dusty magazines, cords, outlet surge protectors laying around. And speaking of that, it would be kind of cool to have a like a light switch. I know The Sims doesn't need to be super realistic, but I mean we got freaking laundry and we got all this other stuff that's like realism. You might as well go ahead and throw us some outlets and like some little light switches just to add extra realism. How dope would it be if your Sim could walk up in here and flick the little switch to turn the lights on? That'd be dope. It'd be like a little extra little feature, you know? It'd be super cool. But yeah, I totally get it. I think also having an elder stuff pack would be kind of cool. That way we can introduce the retirement thing. We can introduce retirement homes. Maybe we could even introduce like a new career. Like now we got a new social services. Not necessarily social services, but like you know, what do you call those workers that work for like at retirement homes and stuff like that? They're not necessarily social workers because that's a whole different, you know, different niche, different type of career. But you know, just have like those, you know, like the people to work in social services. It's not social services, but y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all stop tripping, man. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Damn, I got 20. Let me speed it up. Another cool refresh idea is like the skill trees. I think that'd be super cool to be able to incorporate that in other packs, kind of how we do with the occults, like with the werewolves and with like, you know, the mermaid, not the mermaids, but like the werewolves and like the spellcasters and vampires and stuff like that. Maybe incorporate that into like, you know, the regular human Sims too. Like maybe creating a skill tree for parent if you have the Parenthood pack. Parenthood pack could be a dope refresh too. I just want to add that extra part in there because Danny though mentioned that, and I think that's a great addition to the pack refreshes. So I did get a lot of pack refresh comments in the community chat, and I just wanted to mention that as well. And then big shout out to T-Man. All right, so T-Man right here says, really beating a dead horse here, but again, I want to see Sims actually sitting at the table together as a family and having a conversation without getting up and hugging each other they want to talk to. Plus, Sims washing dishes at the sink in the kitchen, Sims canceling their queues, restaurant pack refresher, outdoor refresher, my wedding stories pack refresher, spiral staircases, curved walls to be fixed, get to work pack refresher, and more. So lots of refreshes, of course, and it would be nice for the interactions that's supposed to really honestly work to actually work. I don't have any issues anymore getting my Sims to kind of sit together and eat, but sometimes it's hard. I mean, you have to really call to meal, have everybody sit down. Sometimes I have to even have the table placed set up with like, you know, with the napkins and stuff, so that way it tells your Sims to sit there, go there to eat. And then you got to individually click on, if you have autonomy off, you got to go in and click in and have them talk to each other, or you can have them enjoy company, which I still don't even know what that even does. I feel like I still got to give them things to do and talk about, but there's an enjoy company feature that doesn't work. So an enjoy company refresh would be nice. Again, lots of pack refreshes, but I Hate Jelly Beans wants a multi-lot toll so we can have more than one lot type when building. Also, hotels and airports would be nice. Of course, the bug fixes, hair color customization so the gradient hairs can match the other hairs. The other option to turn off pack event notifications would be hella nice. Like the option to turn off eco lifestyle voting, stuff like that, which is honestly would be dope because I would love to figure out how to adjust the different types of events. Like for example, like for prom, like I don't want my Sim to go to prom every freaking Saturday. I would want to be able to say, let's just have my Sim go, let prom be a Saturday fall event, holiday or something for kids only, or for teens only. And then I want the festival stuff turned off, or I want the festival thing to only happen once a year cycle. Kind of like holidays, but instead make it an event. Same with events. I want one event to happen once every cycle. So then that way you can kind of still control like your events, your holidays, and then you can also go in, and if there's those festivals, if you got San Myshuno, City Living expansion pack, you can kind of adjust all that stuff too. So then that way you have full control over your game without using mods. She also wants curved walls, and she wants her room to be updated and fixed because right now it doesn't work properly. She wants spiral staircases. Bands would be hella dope. Now that's what I want. I want bands. I want an entertainment pack. I want entertainment. I want bands, concerts, gigs, summer festivals, hotels, vacations where it's like a freaking cruise. I want to be able to travel via airport. Stuff like that would be super dope. So you guys are right along with what I want for sure. Tattoo hair, nail shop gameplay, and of course we all want that dine out refresh or just a dine out redo. Like, even if you don't give us new things for dine out, just go in and like clean up the gameplay so it's supposed to play properly. You know, at least give us that. You know, even if it's not a refresh, give us that. Just clean it up. You know, make sure it works and across the board. You know, that makes sense too. Like, if we had the dine out pack, so the base game career of being either a chef or a mixologist should be able to, it should be compatible to dine out. So it should have features where you should be able to now use that career to pick a restaurant that might be on a lot in a specific world. Like, it should be able to be compatible with each other. That, when I think of a refresh for dine out, that's what I'm thinking. Because that'd be superb. All right, David D says, I want a few more things similar to the Spa Day pack. A one for haircuts. See, haircuts would be dope. Dyeing and styling and other pack would be for tattoos or piercing shops. They would fit in so well with my gameplay. And they fill out the mall nicely. I also want skateboards and broken bones. It'd be so cute to ask a sim to sign your cast. That would also be so cool if they can tie that into like high school years. I could see people wanting to sign casts and stuff like that for high school years. And that could tie in to get to work with the doctor career. Now that can give you more interactions now because you can go to like a specific like doctor to get your tattoo removed. I like the idea of having a compatible mall where you can have these small little shops in there now. Maybe you can even go get your eyes examined to go get eyeglasses. I love the idea of being able to go skateboarding, create skate parks. These are great ideas, y'all. I love seeing that you guys are on the same page, and some of these things will and could make the game a lot enjoyable. But at the same time, I can see that a lot of these could still be crippling packs, you know, like, yeah, we have a tattoo shop, but what does that look like in regards to actual gameplay? Chocolate Butterfly says, I would like to see all babies not look the same. So better babies, stronger family gameplay, memory system, drivable vehicles, teens that don't look like adults, pack refreshes, and much more. And of course, dag. Yeah, I'm right there with you with all these too. It is funny that all the babies, especially right when they're born, they all look the same. And I guess that's because that probably requires a lot of developing to make all the kids to look a certain way in that stage of being a baby. And I'm assuming once we get the infant stage, they're probably going to kind of still all look somewhat the same. And I'm even noticing like when they're even a child, they don't really start looking different until they maybe do hit that teen stage. And like you said, when they're teens, they do still look like young adults. So being able to, maybe if we had a height slider, or if they just looked a tiny bit younger, or maybe had less options for hairstyles, or maybe teen-only hairstyles, or teen-only specific body features could potentially maybe work in that stage, if that makes sense. Sim Senna said they want spiral stairs, better aliens, mermaids, plant sims, and ghosts. There's a specific community of simmers that really want plant sims. And I think the more that community really push this socially, I think that this would be great because I know a lot of people want plant sims, a lot of people want cultural representation. I can see the plant sims thing catching some eyes to the people that can make the decisions to maybe incorporate that, whether it's a base game update, a scenario, or whatever it may be. It could be its own little kit or stuff pack of its own, but who knows? Kyladio wants simply horses and cars. Now, we already know that they are capable of animals, obviously, because we have llamas, cows, chickens, roosters, and chicks. I don't think it would be difficult to add in some more farm animals or even more domestic animals. Cars could be cool, even if they're not playable, just being able to see your sim go to work. You know how it was in Sims 3 and even in Sims 1 and 2, where when they're off to work or off to school, the bus picks them up or the car picks them up, and depending on their status at their work, the car improves each time. And even being able to just drive a car onto the lot, maybe you build like a driveway and an actual workable, playable garage. The garage door can go up and your car can go in. Just stuff like that. Maybe it is that. Maybe your sim want to go to work. They get into the car. Maybe it's parked on the street or it's parked in a garage. You can have that option. You back out, you go on off to work. If you don't want to see that animation, you don't click on the car. You can just send them to work and they can either just go off to work and disappear, or they can do the animation to get in the car and go off to wherever they need to go. Super easy. I don't see why that would be hard. I'm not a developer, so I don't want to say that's easy when it's not. I just want to add this comment because I do love the support from the community. This says right here, hey, this is TMQN. I think you should just keep up with what you're doing or make Sims look like other YouTubers for people reaction, but keep up the good work. Appreciate that. Honestly, compliments never gets old. It keeps me going. I love it when I randomly get little comments on my TikTok or even YouTube videos of people being like, oh my God, you're like my favorite Sims talker, or I look forward to your videos, or you make me laugh, or you made me cry, or you silly, you crazy, you stupid, you blah, blah, blah. All comments. That was weird. I'm like, oh, thanks, appreciate it. It was supposed to be weird, or I felt weird. That's the emotion I was trying to get out of you. When I create stories and when I create videos, a lot of times I'm creating something because I want an emotion from you. That's the beauty of being a storyteller, being a content creator. A lot of times I like to be able to get any emotion out of you, whether it's laughing or whether it's crying or whether it's like anger or whether it's frustration. I just want you to feel a certain way, because not every piece of video that I put out is gonna be a heartfelt type of video. Especially if you follow me for a while, you know I'll on a lot of sim in one video. I'll go through a whole journey with a sim where they grow up with a dog and grow up and have their own family with the family dog, and the family dog passes away. Boom. How you supposed to feel when you watch a video like that? So I'm always trying to create those stories. I'm rambling, but anyway, let's get back to it. Polly O says, in 2023, I want justice for the frogs. Like, why can't I feed my frogs bugs from Outdoor Retreat? Matter of fact, why can't we do anything with frogs besides backyard breeding and cooking them? They are pets. They are living, breathing creatures. Why can't they be treated as such? Even the fish do not have it this bad. Hashtag justice TS4 frogs. I'm right there with you. Big shout out to the homie, Kawaii Stacy. I do believe she is currently working on, or she already worked on, and it's going public, a frog challenge that, or I don't know if it's a challenge. I'll put up the thing here, but there is something that she posted on Twitter that I'll push up right here that is involving frogs, and I think it'd be really super cool. I'm actually going to do this, create a little story around it once it's available for the public, or I might even just go ahead and get access to it on her Patreon. But super cool, and I'm glad you mentioned this because it would be kind of fun and awesome that we could create some type of gameplay with the frogs. So I'm right there with you. Freddy Krueger says, more representation, meaning for LGBTQ+, people with disabilities, and people of color. There's always room for representation of people's religion, people's cultures, and people with disabilities. I honestly feel like it shouldn't be hard to maybe throw in different types of disabilities, wheelchairs, and then also having in Build and Buy being able to create ramps. It will be nice to be able to just have some extra realism with preferences, religions, and cultures if people wanted it, because a lot of people might not want to have to go in and adjust their pronouns, but at least now we know that those who do want including myself, to be able to use the pronouns from time to time or all the time. I feel happy to play a game knowing that just about everybody can represent themselves or be represented in a game. You know, whether it's skin tones and different types of styles and even hair and or body hair. You know, like sometimes I feel like even as a black creator or just a black game content creator, I feel like sometimes when I go into cast and want to create a black family, I still feel a little limited. Like, do I want afros or dreads on all my black characters? No, like I want like somebody, you know, regular cut, you know, a little cut, you know. I want more beards and different types of stashes and stuff, you know. There's all types of religions out there that we can kind of promote with like the food and the cultures, and like I said, religion's not for everybody, but some people wouldn't mind going to church or being able to have an event that allows them to do some specific religious type of, even if you don't want it to be religious. Let's say, you know how we call, you know, Christmas Winterfest, because that way it doesn't seem like it's offending people, right? Maybe create Sims religion where Sims can go and do some type of religious ritual that they can all go to and do their own thing. So that way, if you are religious and you want to partake in a religious sim ceremony, boom, you got it. Now, they do have events that you can kind of create yourself that can kind of do like a religious or some type of ritual or ceremony that you could probably do at a lot if you wanted to just kind of create your own event. So they are doing some things like that, which is super cool that you can kind of utilize now with the calendar. So they are kind of doing that, but it'll be nice. With that being said, I really do appreciate the community coming through and just telling me exactly what y'all want in 2023. And I didn't think I quite told you what I wanted. I'll keep it brief. I just want a nice entertainment pack. I think it would be super cool to be able to incorporate the sim sessions that they did a couple years back, where you can go to that concert or whatever, but implement it to where we can do those type of concerts that can show up on the calendar. And if you have a band career, you can create gigs, create lots that you can go, like venues. We'll call them venues. Create venues that are capable, that are compatible with Sims playing at that venue now. You know, like even if it's a bar, you can be like, can this bar also host gigs? And you can go in and put that as a feature. So now you got all these different venues that you already built, and you can have bands go there and perform if you make the space for it. So I would love that, and it would be nice to introduce refreshes to some of the packs that really do need it, because at the end of the day, if they're still planning to keep, you know, The Sims 4 out for a couple more years just to keep us just to keep us playing the game while they work on, while they work on Project Renee, it would be nice to just, throw some of the refreshes at us, because I think, as we mentioned, there's a lot of packs that could use some refreshes. And most importantly, I think it would be nice to go ahead and knock out some of the bug glitches that we're still encountering. Like I know a few people are still encountering the angry glitch, and some people are having issues with dying out. And some people are having other miscellaneous, issues with their game. I know, like one of my friends, they can't even do acting gigs or something. I think their acting gig career is off, and they're having issues with eco lifestyle, even though they turned off the NAPs. Some random thing is happening to them. So yeah, there's just some of those things like that. Never feel like you can't submit a ticket to EA. So if you are having these issues, definitely send a ticket to EA, because it could just be something as easy as you need to maybe delete your cache or go in and do something, and then maybe that'll help your game. So never be afraid to send and submit an EA ticket. And with that being said, always keep that plumb ball green, because it ain't that hard. Until next time, I'll see you when I see you.